Hi guys, it's Vlogmas day number 10. Oh, we're getting close. We're only going to have 2 more after this. Oh, let's see what day number 10 is. Ooh, oh, we got to work today. Here it is. Here's the package. Day number 10. 10. And let's see. Crinkle, crinkle. There we go. Day number 10. I'm getting it open. Okay, it looks like we have some white yarn and some gold yarn and some brown yarn and some green yarn and some black yarn and some stuffing. Okay, so let's see which pattern we got. It is the Snowman, you guys. The Snowman. Okay, let's read about it. The Crochet Amigurumi Snowman Ornament. Okay, approximately 3 inches tall. And let's see, we start with a magic circle for his body. Magic circle for his body. And then we have to make his arms, which look like a tree branch, and then his scarf and his carrot nose. So the carrot nose is, I guess, is going to be in this gold color. And he's pretty cool. So let's see what we got from Yarnspirations. Spin Right, the parent company of Yarnspirations. There's that snowman paper again. I think we got that earlier, like day 2, and I used it. I used it at the craft show to decorate a coffee can. And what we do at our craft show is we have a raffle. The raffle tickets that are purchased, the money goes to Interfaith Food Bank here in Marion County. And each crafter donates an item. And so I don't know if you get 5 tickets for $5. I don't know how it works. But all these cans are by all these different donated items. And you put a ticket in the can next to the item that you want. And you could get it for $1 because you just put 1 ticket in. Or you could put all 5 tickets and then you'd have 5 chances. So I took the paper like this to decorate my can. Okay, so here comes the crinkle. Crinkle. Ooh, you guys. It's more ombre. You guys, this yarn is so beautiful. So I don't need the paper. Look, you guys, it is the purple one. Super Saver Ombre. Oh, you guys, you know what has to happen. It has to be a blanket, and you have to buy 2 or 3 more of these. But these are 10 ounces. Yeah, they're 10 ounces and 100% acrylic, and this is purple. Okay, so they sent us a pattern, and this is for a ombre super scarf. Ombre super scarf. And you can get this pattern off of the internet on Yarnspirations website. But the pattern, it's crochet. The scarf is 10 inches wide and 90 inches long. So that's why she's calling it a super scarf. And the pattern, the stitch pattern is really pretty. Let's see. Use double crochets, half double crochets, singles, and of course chains. And it looks like that you start with 41 stitches and you repeat. It's a 2-row repeat. And then you would have a beautiful scarf in purple out of ombre. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? Okay. Now, so now what has to happen is I'm going to start working on the tutorial. It'll be attached to this video for our snowman. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, guys, let's get started on our snowman. So I gotta find the tail here. Is it gonna come out? Yay! Okay, it's gonna come out for now, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is make a magic circle, chain 1, and do 8 single crochets in the magic circle. And I have to get a stitch marker. So I got this pretty pink one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start our magic circle. Okay, so with a magic circle, I do 2 fingers. I put the yarn over the 2 fingers and I hold it. Then I take the working yarn and wrap it over and it makes an X. I hold it with my thumb. I take my right hand and hold it. Then I take my left hand as if I'm going to start crocheting, and then I hand it back to myself. So I've got my magic circle. Then I chain 1. So go inside the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through the loop. That is a chain. Now it says to do 8 single crochets. Okay. All right. So I have to mark the first single crochet, which is never easy, so that I know which one is the first one. And it makes it easier to get in the stitch. Okay, so I'm going to pull this back because I kind of got it bent out of shape. So hang on to your loop, and it's like everything. The first row of everything is fidgety. Okay, so that was the first single crochet. We're going to go back in the loop, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Back in the loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. So that gives us 3. And this really isn't a beginner video. If you really want my beginner video on how to do a magic loop, I think where I do the slippers is probably the best one. And I think the slipper video is one of my most watched videos. And I show you in that slipper video how to make a pair of slippers for any size foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And of course I have other beginner videos too. I'm not going to say that these ornaments have been considered beginners because they've been kind of difficult. Okay, so now what it says is 2 single crochets in each single crochet around. So we have 8 single crochets, so we should end up with 16, and we're not going to join or chain. So we're just going to go right back into that first stitch, and we're going to be stitching in the round. Okay, so the round, crocheting in the round is, I'm trying to get in that first stitch. I didn't mark it very well. In the round means you don't join at the end of the row. and you don't chain one. It's a continuous round. And I apologize for not getting into that first stitch. So I'm going to have to do some surgery, and I'll be right with y'all. Okay, I think I can go into the first stitch. I think that I got it now. Okay. Oh, it's tangled. Okay, so go under those 2 loops of the first stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Wow, I can't believe I had that much trouble on the first stitch. Okay, so there's the first stitch, so I'm going to mark the first stitch, making sure I got it through both loops. Okay, now we've got to do 2 single crochets in all the stitches. So I have to do another single crochet in that stitch, and 2 in the next, and 2 in the next. Yeah, so in case you don't know, or you're just coming to this video, we've been making the ornaments in the Red Heart Advent. And this is like ornament number 4, I think. So, number 5, because we just have one more to make. So if you've been doing it with me through the series, you pretty much know these techniques. So we first did a magic circle, and now we're doing 2 single crochets in each loop, which is going to take us up from 8 to 16. So when we get done with this row, we're going to count. And I'm making this kind of live, I'm filming it right as I'm making it. So I'll be struggling along, and we'll get it made like we did the other 4. Okay, so let's count my stitches. I'll be right with you. So now what we're going to do is remove the stitch marker, and we're going to do an increase on this row. So the first single crochet, you do a single crochet, okay, and mark that stitch. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do 2 single crochets. So 1 in the first and 2 in the second. 1 and 2. 1 in the next one, and 2 in the next one. And that's what you're going to do for the whole entire row. 1 in the next one, and 2 in the next one. Oh, did I get in the right spot? Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to keep going around, and you're going to end up with 24 stitches. So I'm going to pause the video and meet you back when I have 24 stitches. And you can also pull in your tail and tighten. Don't break the tail, but pull it in to bring in the center. And you can also go ahead, I'm going to, and put it in your tail. Stitch it around those first couple stitches to close your ring, so the snowman won't have a hole in the bottom. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Do your increases up to 24 stitches. So I finally got 24, guys. I can't believe it. I'm having a brain fart. Okay, now it says to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, then single crochet in the next. So that's 1 1 2 1 1 2. So we're going to go ahead and in this first stitch we're going to do 1 single crochet. Mark the stitch and do another single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochets in the next. A single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So that's what you do. 1 1 2 1 1 2. And you should have 32 stitches when you finish this row. And I didn't weave my tail in, so I'm going to do that. See you in a minute. Okay, so I got 32 stitches and I sewed in my tail. Okay, so what does it say next? So for rounds 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, so that's 6 rows, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1 single crochet all the way around. And that's going to make our snowman tall. Tall. So I'll meet you back when I get those 6 rows done. Okay, guys, I did my 6 rows of single crochets around. And so you can see I've got a little bottom of the snowman. Okay, next row 11, we're going to be doing a decrease. So we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 single crochets, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together. So 2 singles and then 1 2 together. Okay, so we're going to single crochet in the first one and mark the first stitch. Then we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together. So we've been doing that, but I want to review with you how to do it. To do a single crochet 2 together or a decrease is you insert the hook in the first stitch, pull up a loop and stop. Insert your hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then you have 3 loops on your hook and you go through all 3. Then it says to do a single crochet 1, and in the next stitch, and then in the next stitch we're going to single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, stop. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so we're going to continue that around, and at the end of this row you should have 24 stitches, and I'll meet you back. Okay, I got 24 stitches, and so that was row 11. Now we're ready for row 12, and in row 12 we're going to do 1 single crochet and 1 2 together, and we should have a total of 16. Okay, so I'm going to single crochet in this first stitch and mark it. Today we have some weather in the 70s, so I put my shorts on, but I still needed my blanket. Okay, so that was 1 single crochet, and then I have to single crochet 2 together, and you just repeat that. 1 single, and then pull up a loop, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, go through all 3. And you do that all the way across, and I'll meet you back when you have 16 stitches. Okay, I have 16 stitches. Now we're supposed to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 2, and then do single crochet 2 together, and we're coming down to 12 stitches. Okay, so you remove the marker. The first stitch you do a single crochet, and you mark that stitch. Then the next stitch you do a single crochet, and in the next stitch you do 2 together. Okay, so then you do 1, 2, and then 2 together. One and 2, and then 2 together. Then 1, 2, and then 2 together. And you count your stitches, and you should have 12. Okay, I have 12 stitches. Now it wants us to stuff it. Stuff body firmly, it says. So I got my stuffing somewhere. I'll meet you back. Okay, I got my stuffing. So there's the green yarn, the black yarn, the gold yarn. It's all right there. Now we're going to stuff the bottom. And then, let's see. After that row, we're going to do 1 row of just single crochets, which will bring it in just a little. So we're going to get some stuffing. We're not going to use all of it right now because we still have to stuff the head. And I'm going to pull this loop real big so it won't get stuck in there. And I'm just going to put some stuffing in there. And some more. Kind of stuff it out. stuff it out. And then what we'll do is we'll put some more down there when we're making the head. Okay, so there's some stuffing. And so this row, how many stitches are there? It doesn't say on that. It says there's 12 stitches. So go ahead and do 12 single crochets around. So I'm going to bring this up. And so the first stitch is right here. So I'm going to take the stitch marker out and put it back in. So we're going to do a single crochet in every stitch for a total of 12. And I'll meet you back. Okay, I did my 12 single crochets. Now, what does it say? It says 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, 2 in the next. So we're going to increase this to 18 stitches. And I could put some more stuffing in here, but I don't know. So let's go ahead and increase this. So we're going to do 1 single crochet and then 2 in the next. So I got that one marked. So now we're going back out again for the head. So 2 in the next. 1, 2, one, and 2. One, and 2. 1 and then 2. And you just keep going around until you have 18 stitches. Okay, so that was row 15. Now we're on row 16. So now we're going to do 1 single in each of the next 2 and then 2 in the next. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And you should have 24 stitches, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I got 24, and I'm going to go ahead and put some more stuffing in mine. If I run out, I have some left over, something I didn't stuff as much. I think it was the bell. I thought it was stuffed enough or something, but I'm just going to go ahead and put some stuffing in there. And if I run out, I have a little more. So, yeah, this is all of it. So I'm just going to I'll leave some out here for a little bit. Okay, so let's see what's next. Round 17, 18, and 19 is single crochet all the way around. So we're going to do 3 rows of single crochet. And then it says to continue stuffing, and then we're going to do a decrease. So right now do 3 rows of single crochet in each stitch, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I got my 3 rows in. 17, 18, and 19 were single crochets all the way around, and I put in the rest of my stuffing. And we're ready for, it says stuff head lightly, continue stuffing to the next rounds are worked. Okay, so we've got 20, 21, and 22. Row 20, excuse me, 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, 2 together. So 1, 2 together, 1, 2 together. When you get finished, you should have 16 stitches. 1, 2 together. Okay, so I'll meet you back. Okay, so now it says to do row 21 and do 2 single crochets together 8 times. So then the first stitch, you insert, pull up a loop. The second stitch, you insert and pull up a loop, pull through 3 and mark that stitch. Okay, insert your hook in the next loop, pull up a loop, in the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 3. Insert, insert, pull through 3, and I'll meet you back when we get done. And you should have a total of 8 stitches. Hi guys, I discovered that I left a part of the video out, so this part is going to be inserted. After you tape it, you gotta edit it. Edit it. So, the last part that you're just going to see says that you single crochet 2 together 8 times. So, and you have 8 stitches. That's row 21. Row 22, you single crochet 2 together 4 times. So you had 8 stitches, and then row 22, you single crochet 2 together 4 times. So you're down to 4 stitches. Then you fasten off, leaving a tail. And you use that long tail to weave in those 4 stitches, and you give it the last round, and you give it a pull. So you slip stitch through all those stitches, and you give it a pull, and you fasten off. You weave in your tail, and you're done with the actual body of the snowman. Now, the next part is the arms. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to make the arms. So you can see the arms, you know, they're right there. So you take your brown yarn, or you get some brown yarn, and you leave a little tail. You make a slip knot. And you chain 2. Okay? And in the second chain from the hook, which is actually the first one, you go in there and do a single crochet. You chain 1 and you turn your work, which is basically just flipping over that single crochet. Then you single crochet in that stitch. That was row 2. Now you chain 1 and you flip it over again, and you single crochet in that single crochet, and that's row 3. You chain 1, and you basically just flip it over and single crochet in that chain, in that single crochet. Sorry, that was row 4. Now you chain 1 again, and you flip it over or turn it, and you do a single crochet, and that was row 5. For row 6, we're going to make the fingers. That's the arm. For the fingers, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. We're going to single crochet from the third chain from the hook. And we are going to flip this back over, which is the arm, and slip stitch in that single crochet from row 5. Okay? And I'm going to put a stitch marker in there, which is the single crochet from row 5, because we're going to go back into it 2 more times, because we have 3 fingers to make. Now we just made the first finger. Now we're going to make the second finger. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. We're going to single crochet in the third chain from the hook. And we're going to slip stitch in that single crochet from row 5. Slip stitch. And now we have 2 fingers. Now we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Trying to get this untangled. There we go. So we have our chain 3, single crochet in the chain, the second chain from the hook, single crochet in the third chain from the hook, and slip stitch into the top, into that 5th single crochet. And so here's what it's looking like. See, I got 3 fingers and I have an arm. 3 fingers and an arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the yarn. You don't have to leave a long tail, because we're going to fasten off this tail and sew it in. So there's our arm. That's what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to take a needle and I'm going to sew this in. Okay. So just weave it under the threads so it's not going to be sticking in our way later. And then we're just going to cut it off after a little sewing here. Just weave it in. And we're going to clip that off. Okay, so, and we're going to take the stitch marker out. But I just used that to mark where we were going to put our fingers through. So there is, you have to make 2. So I'm going to make another one with you guys. I'm not sure if I have enough yarn here. Okay, so you go ahead and you make a slip knot. You chain 2. Okay. You single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Okay. And you chain 1. You turn that single crochet so that it's on the top, and you do a single crochet in that single crochet. That was round 2. Chain 1 and just take and flip that over, because now you're going to single crochet in the single crochet you just made, and that is number 3. Chain 1, flip that single crochet over and single crochet in it. That's row 4. Chain 1, flip it over, and that single crochet you just made is the single crochet for row 5. Now you're going to chain 3. I might run out of yarn. Okay, you're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. You're going to single crochet from the third chain from the hook, and you're going to slip stitch. So you're going to flip that over, slip stitch in that single crochet from row 5. To make another finger, excuse me, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. The second chain from the hook, you do a single crochet. The third chain from the hook, you do a single crochet. And then you slip stitch to the top of that double crochet from the 5th row, and that gives you your finger. Okay, here's the first finger is right here, and this is the second finger right there, and I don't have a big enough scrap here to show you, and the reason I don't is because I already made these. The video, I lost that part of the video. So now you have the video portion on how to do the arms. And the next segment is going to be how to do the scarf. So with the scarf, you take the green yarn and you do a chain of 31 chains. Then you single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and you single crochet all across, and you're going to end up with 30 single crochets. The next row, you do a chain 1 and you do that same 30, you single crochet one more time, and you finish it off and weave in your ends to make your scarf. But you're going to see a portion of that in the next segment of this video. And again, I apologize that the last part of making the snowman's head, the stuffing, and making the 2 arms did not get captured in the first video segment. So this should have caught you up, and thank you for watching. Okay, so I did the first row of the scarf. So I have 30 single crochets. And so the second row says to repeat that. So you chain 1 and single crochet in each stitch across. And then we fasten off. So I'll meet you back. Okay, so we're finished. There's only 2 rows of single crochets on this scarf. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this off. Okay, and we're going to sew in the tails on both ends. And then we'll have our scarf done. Now the next thing that ends up happening is you make your hanging loop, which you cut a strand about 5 inches long, fold it in half, and tie the end of it. And that'll make the hanging loop. And then we'll pull that through on the top of the snowman's head. Then we've got to put all this stuff together and sew the expression and the nose on the face. Now I'm not really showing, it's not really giving us any directions. I guess it's called the satin stitch that they want us to do on his nose. So I have to read up on that because it says French knots for the eyes and the buttons, slip stitch, straight stitch for the mouth, and then a satin stitch for the nose. So embroider carrot nose onto head of snowman using the satin stitch. So it looks like we'll do that together. So first thing what I'm going to do right now is sew the tails in on our scarf. Okay, so we got our snowman and we've got our arms. Here's our 2 arms. Now, I'm thinking that the arms should be sewn on the side, coming out from his neck. See? Because that's what the picture shows. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, from each side of his neck, I'm going to let him, let's let him hang down some. I'm going to let mine hang down some. So really, I'm just going to let it go like that, maybe. Okay. And then we can just put the scarf around. I'll show you when I got him done. Okay, I wanted to show you my snowman. Now, I haven't sewed on his scarf yet, but I think that's how I'm going to do his scarf. I have his arms on, and I'm not, it shows it a little different, but I kind of like, hope you guys can see it like that. So I'm going to use some of the green yarn. And now I noticed that mine twisted. So if you don't like yours so twisted, you can always dampen it and block it by laying it out flat. But I like it how it's twisted around his neck. And I'm going to just use some green yarn to tack it. So I've got it positioned and I'm going to sew it on. And I'm hiding the thread from my sewing the scarf on just inside the scarf. Okay. So I'm going to pull this through and clip it off. And the same with the, when I first came in. And see, there's my little scarf, you guys. I'm real happy. And then I'll just put the buttons under the scarf. See you back. And there's my snowman so far. He's got his little scarf and his arms are sticking out. Okay, so the next part of this is you have to sew on the eyes, the mouth, and the nose. And then the buttons down his belly. So, I know I had him on camera range, sorry. So you've got to sew on his face and sew on his buttons. You know, make his little, and I don't do good at French knots, so I'll just be doing probably what they call the satin stitch or straight stitches. And when he's all finished, I'll bring him back on and you can see him. So there you go, guys. There's my snowman. Can you believe how cute he came out? I'm so happy with the face. I can't even believe that I did the face that cute. You guys, I'm so happy with my snowman. See if he comes around. Nope, they always hang the wrong way. Look at him. He just goes back the wrong way. I'm so happy with how he came out, you guys. I hope you guys make yours and you enjoy it as much as I'm going to. He is so precious. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys. Bye.